All right, welcome everyone. Welcome. Let's gather everyone here. I'm posting in Telegram right now again, just as a quick reminder so everyone is aware. And then we will start right away. Oh yeah, already posted. Yeah, I think it's been a while since our last spaces, but a lot of things have been happening, and yeah, Dev, I think like the main thing, the biggest thing that happened since we talked last time. I mean, of course, last time was right after the Maxi launch, and we've been working a lot on content over the last 2 weeks. And yeah, the project released the big marketing um, plan, I guess, for the next month. And we thought today we would just go through that. But Dev, maybe you can start a little bit about how the last week or two went and where we at right now.
Yeah, I mean, we've had there's obviously been a lot going on as usual within Hedge. We've had the Maxi listings, Bitmart listings, as well as the plane flying around LA with the Hedge banner. That was really really cool to see. And it's just sometimes it is hard to sort of keep track and remember the stuff we've done because it's just so much that goes on. It's like and each day feels like a month in the project. So, but yeah, we've it's been so we've been in a bit of a downtrend the last few weeks, and as we've said many times, we go through ups and downs. It's never going to be a straight line. I think in projects like us that are trying to be a long-term project that sort of plans to stick around for multiple cycles. I think this kind of consolidation and sort of shaking out some of the bigger holders and sort of redistribute, and I think it's all perfectly healthy and and things that we expect to see. So yeah, I mean that's kind of where we're at the moment. I know it can feel tough and disheartening when you see the price going down, but I think anyone that's been here for more than a few months knows that it's kind of it happens. It's kind of part of the process, and it's kind
Certainly.
of the way it goes.
I mean, we have a core community, and I think that one is growing. Like we have people here growing for like 4 months now, coming up to 5 soon, I guess. Can I ask you what is like? Did you have like content-wise one like personal highlight from last week? Something that that you liked the most? Because we've been leaning into like shorter clips, shorter content, and tried a few new things. Something that stood out to you personally, that you liked?
Yeah, so just on that, like we've made it clear we want to sort of focus a bit more on content and attracting new users through that, and we've been sort of putting out some of the shorter gifts and some sort of fun shorter videos, and that's as I said, we've onboarded quite a few new animators into the project. There's 4 or 5 animators working now. As well as we've got one guy who's basically working full time on getting all the chapters done at the moment. So there's a lot of resource being spent there, and we the idea is the ones we've done over the last few days and weeks have been a bit shorter, but that's a sort of trial working with these animators, seeing if they fit the style, seeing if they understand what we're trying to achieve with this, and it's quite an important part of quality control because we want things to be relatively consistent and sort of given the right impression of Hedge. So that's the reason they've been a little bit shorter, but I hope you can see already we're trying to make things a bit more relevant and relatable for the vast majority of crypto users. And then I think there was one of the questions and spaces around creating more relatable content and that kind of thing. And that is something we're doing. There's videos being worked on right now that are exactly like that. But obviously it takes a bit more time and idea generation to get these things out. So if anyone has ideas around short animated content, 10 to 30 seconds long, please drop us a message. We'd love to hear ideas around that. So yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, like a lot of these memes that I mean, of course, the community does their own memes also, but the official one, let's say that Dev organizes and basically it's the artistic director of, like, some of them are definitely coming from the community, and I think even the idea of having like these shorter memes is also something that the community brought up in the last week or two. So like whenever you have something, ideas in general, ideas for some kind of memes, just let us know.
Yeah, it's about finding a balance as well, because we don't want to just be putting out 10, 20, 30-second videos. We want to create GIFs and things that, like the buybot GIFs, and some of them being worked on at the moment, by the way, and just things that just generally add value to the project. We're working on a Giphy page as well, which is like a GIF platform, if anyone doesn't know. Getting verified on there, and they'll start coming up on X or whatever when you sort of search in a certain keyword, things like that just it's kind of following the certain other projects have done it quite well. I think Ponke is a good example where their GIFs are kind of they just get used by people that aren't even within crypto, because they're just relatable and funny, and you don't need to be in crypto to understand what's going on there. So that's the ultimate goal, really, with the animations we're doing, is making them super relatable, and also something that you don't really have to be in crypto to understand and find funny.
Justin, let's talk marketing. Let's talk platforms. Like we've started on Reddit. We focused afterwards on X, and now I think YouTube and Instagram and TikTok are our main focus. Or basically, we're starting there. Talk about this a little bit, and what the plan is here.
Yeah, that's right. I think at this point, a lot of projects and people inside and out of our community consider us sort of the king of Reddit. We had great success launching from there. We felt like we needed to expand to a new. We kind of grew that up from 1,000 followers up to about 12,500 followers today, and bringing in about 20% of our new users from X at the moment. So I think we've seen some pretty good success there. But we want to continue pushing Reddit, continue pushing X. But I think there's a whole new frontier out there in YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram that we just haven't touched at all, and no one on those platforms have heard of Hege before. So I think to be able to reach those crypto enthusiasts there is going to be really bullish for the project. So we sort of started pushing content. We kind of is in line with what Dev said about bringing in more animators, more content creators. These are sort of video platforms by nature, right? So we need those kind of animations to be able to go after those holders. And so now that we have that, in the last week or so, we've started spinning up these channels. I know Instagram, we're having a $300 giveaway there. I think you'll have a community member, Jovan, who's been doing a great job sort of spinning up our Instagram, keeping it updated, and sort of really pushing that forward. I think he really knows that platform well, so I think we will see good success there. We have Grami's son, who's been producing the animations himself and been posting to TikTok. We've been sort of moving those videos to YouTube as well, and then I've been uploading it to YouTube. I can say I've only done this past week, really, and that's when we started that. And to date, we've gotten about, I think, 14,000 total views across 4,000 unique users there. And the nice thing about YouTube is they'll just play the shorts on many different people's feeds. So we're definitely reaching people outside the Hege community on these platforms.
Great. I'm just going through the Hege, for the fourth month update PDF that was released yesterday, and one of the main points, and I think one of the newest things in there, is collaboration with other projects. And Dev, maybe you can talk a little bit about OTC, like the newest. It's not a DEX, it's not a CX. Like what is it? How does it work? And what's the deal with that one?
Yeah, so OTC kind of approached us and wondered whether we wanted to work with them on sort of incorporating Hege on their platform, and yeah, we've heard a little bit about them before as well, before they sort of got in touch with us, and the platform, sorry, is it's a great place for peer-to-peer transactions. So if you want to sort of trade amongst other users and you don't want to avoid some of the liquidity fees, if you're selling a large amount, you kind of lose out quite a bit on slippage and things like that. So it's a great option to go over there if that is something you decide to do. Obviously, that's not something we'd ever encourage, but it is there if you want to sort of go that route. And yeah, it's established project. There's some big names on there, so yeah, it seemed like a really good opportunity.
All right, and can you tell us a little bit more about the project number 2 that is kind of teased on? But yeah, any updates? Anything that you want to hint at, or is it still PDA?
So this other project, obviously we've not mentioned it fully in the document, but that's because we're still kind of doing our due diligence around it and making sure that it's like a safe and valid project. We don't want to sort of incentivize anything that has a potential risk of rugging or bad actors in the project, basically. So we're just we're in the sort of final talk to them now, and it should be over the next few days we can release information, and if we decide not to work with them, then obviously we'll let you guys know as well.
Great. Okay, thanks for that. Justin, next one is on my list, Hedge in the real world. Like we had the Times Square ads, we had recently the plane. There's a lot of stuff in the making, and of course, like one of the biggest ones right now being this sticker contest. Maybe you can talk about this and also about what Gromy has planned and the few other things that we have in store.
Yeah, great. I think as Adam mentioned, and many people know, we're as part of our next push, we're trying to get Hedge out there in the real world for people to see. With the sticker contest, it's got a $2,000 prize pool, so it's quite large. There's been, I believe, over 15,000 stickers that's been ordered so far, and we're, I think, not even halfway through the contest. So we've been seeing some pretty good engagement here, and I think as sort of the stickers get delivered, we'll be seeing more and more pictures and clips of stickers being posted. I think we kind of hinted at Gromy's RV before we put it in this marketing doc, but basically he has an RV, a camper that we commissioned someone to paint in sort of Hedge theme and Hedge colors. And over the next 2 months, he's going to be driving it across the U.S. to different landmarks. Think the Las Vegas Strip, the Santa Monica Pier, maybe Yosemite National Park. Famous landmarks like that, where people can not only see it, but we can get great pictures and content to post to our Instagrams, our X sites, etc.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that should be pretty exciting. He'll also be bringing swag along with him to pass out to people that he talks to. He'll be plastering stickers all around, the landmarks of the U.S. So I think that'll be a great opportunity for Hedge in the real world. Then the other thing I want to mention is we're looking into ordering a real life costume. So we have a community member who's a cinematographer, and he offered to shoot videos of Hedge for free. So we basically are creating a costume, and we're going to hire like stuntmen, actors, dancers, whatever we can think of, and film them in doing their acts, and hopefully provide some great viral content.
All right. Very promising content. Speaking of content, Dev, you mentioned the short format, the GIFs, the GIF thing that is planned. In the document, you also mentioned a 3D artist you were working with, and the HedgeCon news. Like, what else is happening content-wise at the moment in the background?
Yeah. So the 3D animation thing, I think I'm not sure. I think I did share an example in there. And
you dropped the link in there.
Yeah. So we're just we're working with really talented guys. He's made a Hedge 3D model that he sent over now, and he's going to sort of incorporate that into real world scenes. So yeah, it's just the potential of that is sort of limitless, and same with the costume and all the animators we have as well. It's like, as I said, 4 or 5 animators now, we can just do whatever we want. So yeah, content wise, it's shaping up to be really good and a really good summer for Hedge in that regard. So yeah, really looking forward to cracking on with that.
Nice. Competitions. I mean, people like competitions, obviously, for obvious reasons. I mean, Justin, I mentioned the sticker contest of in the document we talk about another riddle. Can you talk about that, and in general also what giveaways, what competitions, what is planned for the next week or two, and in general
Yeah.
what might happen?
Yep. I think in terms of the current sort of giveaways going on, we have an Instagram giveaway that just started. So if you haven't joined in on that, you should check out our Instagram page and get in on it. We'll be doing a similar giveaway on our YouTube platform also in the next week or so. So keep your eyes peeled for that. As many people here know, we had a riddle competition maybe 3 weeks ago or so. I would say, I think we saw great success, great engagement. Lots of people are very excited about it. Maybe the one thing that I wish that we would have changed is to have it run a little bit longer. I think we thought it would be, but we have some pretty resourceful people in our community, and they cracked it pretty fast. We're going to be coming out with another. I don't want to call it riddle competition, but you can kind of think about it as a competition in that flavor. Last time we were kind of focused on X, but this time it'll be spread out across all our social media platforms. We would like to sort of increase engagement across the board, and yeah, so Riz and Joe and the rest of the team are working on coming up with clues. They won't all be text clues this time. There'll be video based clues, and we'll be very creative with that. So just sort of, I don't want to say sort of all the ideas right now because there might be some that are secret that people have to hunt around for. But just know that there will be another competition like the real competition, but maybe upsized a little bit coming out in the next couple of weeks.
Great. And marketing push wise, do we, we had the 50 posts on Reddit and stuff like that. Is there anything planned just like ad wise for the next week or two?
Yes. So I think we had a marketing bank that unlocks at different market caps, right? So we hit obviously 30 million market cap. So we had quite a bit of funds from our marketing bank unlocked. So we still have a decent amount of ammo there. So we are planning a marketing push for the next week or two, and basically what that's going to entail is starting up our Reddit blast again. We've kind of had this 3 week or so cool off period to where we really haven't hit Reddit that hard. I think starting next week we're going to start hitting it again. We'll probably continue to get a couple of X influencers. We'll probably use different ones this time. I think the last time we did it, they were effective, but probably not quite as effective as before. So we'd like to try out some new ones there. But I think the real push that we're gonna make is in the Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok areas. So we have $2,000 budgeted for Instagram ads over the next few weeks, and we'll probably do something similar for YouTube. With TikTok, we just have to see if they will take crypto ads or not. If they do, we'll probably allocate a budget there as well. And then there's obviously the traditional deck screener ads and things like that we might toss in here and there.
Yeah, also of course based on momentum and things like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Dev is a little bit inspired by your final words in the current document. I want to do something like, actually we didn't discuss it, like something a bit unusual, like a small, maybe not conversational discussion between Justin, you, and me, like just before we get to the questions, like what do you guys think where like it's where we are with the project right now and the grand, like in the bigger picture, like we've been here for 4 months. We kind of we're still small, but we're already kind of recognized. Like how do you see this when you like zoom out a little bit, and where do you think we are on our journey, and maybe have a little bit back and forth, or like just thoughts here and there. I'm putting you on the spot, I know, but
yeah. But I think, project wise, what we've managed to build in under 4 months is quite amazing, really. I don't want to list everything out, but all the AI bots, all the bits done through Telegram, Times Square, LA banners, all the content. Just again, I can't list everything, but what we've managed to do has been really great. And we've got loads more plans, and as I said, as you've heard from the call, there's a lot more we've got cooking up, and ready to go out soon. So from that regard, it's been great. The holders as well, 7,500 of you. It's like, that's incredible, and we're seeing on the metrics as well. Holder growth, Telegram users, X users, it's all looking really good. And sometimes the price doesn't reflect that, and we saw that as well. We saw that before the run up to 30 million. When we were ranging from 3 to 4 million, we were getting increase in holders, stats were going up, everything was looking great. Obviously, the price didn't reflect that, and then we shot up. So this is the kind of thing which trying to build a really strong foundation, and sort of get ourselves ready for the next leg. And obviously, when the price goes up, obviously it brings more visibility. People watch top gainers and all that kind of thing. So having a solid project with a lot of great fundamentals in it is super important when we get to that stage. So that's essentially what we're trying to do at the moment. And price wise as well, like reaching 30 million with really strong liquidity as well. Liquidity is something that some people might not know the full details about, but we were at, I think it was at 1.2 million liquidity when we hit 30 million, which is strong relative to most meme coin projects. They'll get there on 200k, 300k liquidity. So there's a lot.
I think we haven't talked about this for a longer time, but you're right. The liquidity is quite a strong selling point. I think very often we miss that in general.
Exactly. Like if we had like a worse off ratio, having 1.2 million liquidity could have sent us to 150 million, something like that. But obviously the downside of that is big sales just completely decimate things. So having the liquidity has always been it's been really encouraging for the project. I think since day one we've always been really strong on that front. So it's something that we really see as being important.
I mean, I think these things, like the fundamentals, like which I think are also very different from a lot of other projects. Like we tend to forget them. I mean, even I do sometimes. And when it might be frustrating day or something like that. But I think, like, especially this is something also for for the OGs and for the raid masters and so to remember that we have these very deep like great fundamentals, and even if it's frustrating on a day or two, like they are here to stay basically. And I think, Justin, you said it, I think yesterday in somewhere, that we're at the moment definitely undervalued. We shut up, but I think we're way below where we should be. And this is just something that we need to keep in mind.
And I think that's no different than any other projects that sort of are taking this path to sort of the hundreds of millions, right? Like if you look at Ponke or Kendu, they've all had these periods where they shot up, they retraced back, and they were just there for weeks, and then they shot up again and then retraced back and were there for several more weeks, right? And they just kept on at it, kept on figuring out what they can improve, kept on building, and eventually people recognized and they got to where they were supposed to be, right? I think we're just kind of in that same cycle, where we've the people who've been here from the start have experienced this a couple of times now, and so I think we might seem calmer than before, but we're still all working very hard, spinning up new things, lots of new things coming, right? Building up this project, and it's really only a matter of time before the wider world sees us.
I agree. I agree. Okay, let's get to the questions, guys. I go through it as always chronologically. Specky Spade asks, why are we having 2,222 NFTs and not a round number like 2 or 3K? Is there any special reason? I don't know. I mean, probably Gromy is the right one to answer that. But Dev, do you want to chime in on that one?
Yeah, so obviously Chromatron's our NFT leader within the project. There's a lot of experience there. But from what I remember from his recommendation was that it's just the general kind of thing that's done in NFTs. It's quite it's not uncommon to see projects with 333 or 1111 or whatever for the sort of max supply of the NFT projects. So that's the reason we decided to do it. Yeah, that simple as that, really.
Okay, so it's also like a marketing gimmick. There's no like technical reason for it or something like that.
Yeah, it's just a popular thing to do.
Okay. Specky Spade also asked if there's any plans to burn hedge coins. This was already a question we had a few times, of course, but we will answer it. Like, for example, Shiba coins are burned to reduce the circulating supply. As far as I know, we don't have anything like that planned, and everyone is, of course, free to burn their own coins if they want to. But yeah, as far as I know, nothing planned like this officially, right, Steph?
Yeah, well, I think it's worth mentioning. Obviously, we launched with 5% team allocation, and yeah, there's no sort of allocation set aside for CX or marketing. It's a kind of community funded thing, and that's for the sake of transparency and just keeping it a super fair launch. So any hedge that we get, it's not we see the value in keeping that for marketing and listing and things like that more than burning the supply at the moment. And we feel that's a sort of better use of the tokens. Things like rewards, airdrops, things like that is something that we would rather do at this stage with the tokens.
Great. Ali, one of our guardians, and our TA, Ali. So this is always fantastic work you're doing there. If you're listening, ask what collabs with other projects are being considered, and how do we think that will help Hatch? I think you kind of hinted at like at one and explained the other, but yeah, there's definitely partnerships going on. And what's the latest in the pipeline on new content being produced? Do you want to add something to what you said earlier, or are you going to leave it at that, basically?
Yeah, I mean, I can expand on that a little bit. Said we've got all the animators in now, and they're all sort of creating stuff. It's not some of these things take a few days to up to a week sometimes. Like I don't know if anyone remembers it, but the Hege and Hegina animation where she was like a hologram standing up, that was a big sort of 100-hour project or so. So the really quality stuff obviously takes time, and the animators we've got on board now will hopefully be able to spread the quality projects amongst a few of them, and work a bit, and make the workflow a little bit more efficient in that regard. Yeah, again, I'd encourage if anyone has ideas around animation and things like that, please do share them. And obviously, at the moment, I'm spending quite a bit of time, coming up with ideas, briefing them in, and getting them ready to be put out.
Great. Justin, another question by Ollie is targeting a special social media platform planned, and are we seeing any traction there with what has been put out already? So, yeah, maybe I think you mentioned like YouTube had a spike here and there. Was that new content? Was it old content that we added there? Like how did we do that?
So for the YouTube stuff, that's the one that we kind of started the most recently. I think we probably started the TikTok push maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. So for YouTube, when I just started posting this week, I was just taking content from TikTok that we had already posted and posting it onto YouTube. And yeah, it saw, as I mentioned earlier, some pretty decent traction. I mean, definitely more than I had expected to get sort of 14,000 views across 4,000 different users in a week. So I think that shows pretty good promise.
Okay. Next question is by, oh my God, I'm going to butcher this one. Bakhtiar asks, will the name of the project we are planning to partner with be revealed during the pre-sale phase? or will it be announced only after the project launches? Dev?
Yeah, I think I touched on that earlier. So yeah, we're just in late talks at the moment and just making sure that we're happy with the project, and that we obviously don't want to put anyone at risk by because when we collaborate, we also kind of endorse as well. So we just want to make sure that that it's all good there, and no one's going to get hurt from the collaboration.
But can you expand a little bit on this pre-sales status? Will it be like after the project launched, or is it a new project, or you can't comment on it right now?
Yeah. So if we do go ahead with it, it'll be when it's in the pre-sale phase. Yeah.
All right. Okay, that's good to know. That's okay. Next question is by PME. Lots of projects face big dumps after launch due to whales that result in permanent damage. Do you have anti-whale system for positive effect like holder increasement and trading volume? Do we have anti-whale systems? Dev, can you? Yeah. I mean, we are not launching. We are 4 months old, so the first part of the question doesn't really really get. But yeah,
it's yeah. I
let's
mean,
talk about whales basically.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. So obviously, we launched with initial strong initial liquidity, and we had quite a successful pre-sale as well. So there wasn't much risk of getting sniped and things like that. And the max sort of pre-sale sort of allocation was 5 sol, so that got you off the top of my head, was it a few percent? I don't know if you guys remember, but yeah, it wasn't a huge amount.
0.6% or something.
Okay, yeah, so a lot less than that. So yeah, so we've not really had to worry about that. We've always had quite good distribution amongst holders. Liquidity as well has been really strong. So we've had 40, 50k sales in the past that we've bounced back from within a few hours. So yeah, it's not really been an issue for us so far.
Yeah, I think I also just want to say that a lot of our whales are our biggest donors, right? So like I think overwhelmingly the whales are on our side on this project. And as Dev mentioned, when we have had whales dump, like we had our number 2 whale dump in the span of like 5 minutes, our price is shot right back to where it was, in a half an hour or something like that. So our strong liquidity really is, if you want to call it our anti-whale system, you can kind of call it that.
Yeah. Smokey Hedgehog, one of our raid team, nice PFP by the way, Smokey, asked, what's the plan following the exhaustion of the marketing wallet? Further fundraising, ? Or will the sale of the NFTs be used to fund further marketing? How are we money-wise, and what is the plan on money, I guess, is the question.
Yeah, so I think we made it clear when we launched that fundraiser that we weren't going to just do one massive campaign and that'll be it for the money. We talk about being a sustainable long-term project all the time, and for that, obviously, we need funds, and we've always been very sort of strategic about how we deploy them and ensure that the money's well spent. At the end of the day, it's community donations and people that believe in the project. So we've been over the last month or so since we had the fundraiser, we've been deploying it when we need. We've done bigger things with it. We've done bigger pushes and smaller things as well. You might see a few $100s a day go out of there for various different marketing objectives that we're trying to go for. And yeah, it's looking healthy still at the moment. I mean, I'll get the wallet up now. Obviously, it's all on the blockchain for everyone to see. Wrong password. Bear with me.
We're literally listening to Dev, grinding and cooking.
So yeah, we're sitting at, we've got I think it's about 11k at the moment in there, near 12k actually. As well as 16.5 grand in hedge. So yeah, super healthy. And if we want to do a bigger push, we can do that, which we are planning on doing, by the way. So yeah, it's looking great. And we're aware that things can take a while and you can have sideways action. And obviously, we want to have money to be able to get us out of that. So that's the reason we've been quite tactical with it and not sort of blow everything at once on some massive campaign when it needs to be a bit more strategic than that.
Yeah. Jules asked, while it's understood how volatile the meme coin space is and there will be continual ups and downs, how do we compare to our fellow coins that have hit high market caps? Maybe Justin, maybe you can, because you talked about can do about Ponky and so on. Maybe you can talk a little bit about us versus others kind of thing.
Yeah, I think we had these Reddit posts a month and a half ago about comparing our market caps and our price action to Kendu's and how it was very similar. I think if you were to look at the first 4 months of Kendu's chart and the first 4 months of Hedge, which is basically inception to date, I think you'll see that we're very similar. We pumped at sort of similar times. We pumped at kind of about the same amount, retraced about the same amount, etc. So I think kind of the same goes with Ponke. I'm looking at their charts and their first pump that they did like about maybe like a 6-7x to 0.11, and then they dropped back down to 0.02, so they fell about like 80%. Stayed there for several weeks, then pumped from 0.02 to 0.17, so that's like a 9x. And then after that they fell back down to 0.05, so another 60-70% drop, and then finally they pumped again to like 0.22, right? And then they dropped back again to like 0.1. So I think these sort of these like whiplash and price action is very normal in these kind of projects. Ponke can do basically any other large market cap project. If you look at their past when they were of our size, and really even now, right, you're still seeing these big pumps and retracements even when they're at hundreds of millions of dollars. So I think maybe this is just the name of the game in the meme coin space, and I think the key is, as long as we're kind of pumping to higher highs and building up our higher floors, I think that just means the process is working as planned.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. SE or C asks, ever thought of attending a crypto conference like Solana Breakpoint or similar? Could be great to connect with other projects. Dev, do you have any trips planned to Solana conferences?
Yeah, not at the moment. I think it's something that we'd be interested in doing, but yeah, not nothing planned at the moment. I need to sort of get myself up to date on what's going on, in the real world, because obviously with all this, you kind of, because spend a lot of time with your head in the laptop working. So, it's something we're definitely up for.
I think we talked about it earlier, Justin. Also, like if you guys have any recommendations where to go, definitely an option. But of course, to be realistic, these are also like huge projects there. But of course, it's a great place to connect, and it's something that is on the radar. Maybe not like for the next month or two or something like that, but in general.
I just intervened there. Sorry, I think I missed part of the previous question. It was asking where the funds for the NFT go, the mint proceeds and or tax, whatever we decide to do on it, that's all going to go to one wallet, which will sort of be the Hedge coin project wallet. It won't be the marketing wallet. It won't be the CX wallet. It'd be sort of like a foundational wallet for the project that we can sort of draw from for content, further NFT pushes, marketing, CXs, whatever we decide to go for.
Great. Adding some breathing room there financially. Mm-hmm. Ollie asks, speaking of NFTs, what will be the mint price of the NFTs? And that is the first question.
Yeah. So I think we're planning on, it's going to be about anywhere from $100 to $150, I think. Likely on the lower end of that, and the reason for setting that price is it might seem high for if you're not into NFTs or whatever, but we want to create something that has a bit of value. We don't want it to be some 0.03 Solana NFT that kind of sits in your wallet and collects dust. We want to try and market these and make them something that people want to actively trade and hold for the gain in value. So that's the decision, and obviously as well, it will help raise money for the project so we can sort then put back into trying to make some movement happen with the price.
All right, and will we have any collaborations with the with the exchanges, the NFT exchanges that we will launch on? I mean, I think Magic Eden is the talks, as far as I know, right?
Yes.
Will there be some promotion marketing from their side, like we saw from the CXs?
Yeah, so with Magic Eden, we're trying to get on the launch pad at the moment, so we'll be able to, if we get on that, we'll basically be able to launch onto like the homepage of the website, I think, and yeah, we can look at banner options and stuff when we get there. But that's the ideal process, and if not, it will be the sort of pre-sale on Magic Eden, and obviously once that lives, it will just get listed there anyway. It kind of works like a deck screener for NFTs, basically, and being on the launch pad is kind of like being a feature project on there. So that's something we're trying to go for, but we've encountered a few difficulties with forms not submitting properly, and the lack of communication from their side. So it won't delay launch or anything. We're working on trying to get that done as soon as possible. And the NFT whitelist set will be out very soon. Obviously, the Friends of Hege donors got their NFTs today, and the general whitelist set will go out on Discord. So if anyone's, again, like I know a lot of you guys probably aren't too familiar with NFTs, but Discord's quite a big part of it. So it'll basically require you to enter the Hegecoin Discord and basically just send a message in one of the rooms there, and we can give you a label, whitelist your wallet. So when we do go to launch the full set, you can there'll be sort of 24 hours or so where you can go in and mint your NFT before it goes live.
Next questions by us are, do we have any plans for further CXs?
So on this one, we mentioned obviously a few weeks ago, we want to sort of turn our focus to content and building up the sort of strong foundation for the project, attracting new investors, people that, on our social media platforms, basically. So that's where the funds and the sort of main focus is at the moment, is building up that, again, just super strong foundation and quality content. That's kind of where we're at the moment. CX is definitely we'll sort of resume the work on, but we've got a list of really strong exchanges at the moment that you can sort of buy hedge on, and it's really quite accessible now for people that maybe not used to trading on chain or feeling comfortable with making a phantom wallet or whatever. So Bitmart and Mexi, they're big exchanges, and it's made it a lot more accessible. That was one of the big things we wanted to achieve with that. The last sort of CX listings is just making it super accessible for people to buy hedge.
Great. And next question I'm going to skip, as it was already answered about OTC, and then we have a long one by Chris. So basically, Chris, to summarize it, is asking if, like, he showed HedgeCoin.com to potential investors, and they were a little bit put off by the by some of the content not being PG and so on, and is asking whether this and maybe the website will be updated in some kind of form. And also, second part of the question is, will there be more approachable or expansions on characters? And I think this is definitely your question, of course.
Yeah, so to answer the first part with like some of the illustrations and choice of words, I guess, on the website is, I think that was great for like the initial launch and over the last few months as well, attracting people that are already trading within Solana and on chain. But I think as we shift the content focus to attracting more of the sort of regular users that maybe aren't so much in the meme coin space, we want to clean that up and make it a bit more sort of family friendly, if you will. I mean, even for me personally, showing people I know that about the project, there's stuff on there that is obviously funny to all of us, but maybe not to your mum or your dad or We
will even take their money if it needs to put to blur here and there.
Yeah, basically that. So that's kind of being worked on to be more aligned with the sort of the vision we have for the project and sort of expanding growth, because that can get us to a certain level, but I think we want to try and clean it up a little bit and sort of give a more family friendly sort of brand imagery. As I said, we're trying to build a brand here as well as the project. So that's should clear that one up. That's being worked on, and on expanding the cast, we've got 4 characters already. We still haven't been able to tell the full story, and we want to expand on them even more. So the focus is on them for now. I think adding more characters definitely for the future. But I think for the moment we're going to stick with them and continue to sort of build out their storylines.
I just want to know what Hendrik is going to do next anyway. So that's my focus. Hendrik. For sure.
Well, chapter 5, you'll learn a lot more. I mean,
all right, let's get there.
We worked with a comedian to help write the script for that. We had the general sort of idea for it already, and it was all written down.
But I love that, by the way. I mean, I know that was like suggested somewhere, and then you hinted it somewhere, and that we have some professional writers now, because I think this thing started out with Han and you basically doing it, scripting yourself, but I really like that we have getting on all levels, professional animators and everything, and now screenwriters or comedians. I mean, that's just a very, very high quality work that you've been doing there, for sure.
Yeah, that's it. I think we still want to have our own sort of say in where the story goes and all that.
Of course,
but it's the general idea behind it. But we're just getting that extra bit of help from a writing standpoint and also a comedic standpoint as well. Chapter 5, we're working with the animator that did the Hege and Hege animation I talked about earlier with the hologram. Super high quality stuff. It's really great. We've got some great voice actors on board, as well as the comedian helping to write the script as well. So it's great, and I think it really does step up the game from what we had in chapter 4.
Perfect. That's it, because next last question basically got updated by Bakhtiar that was answered. So thank you for that. Very much appreciated. And I leave it at that. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, Dev. I have nothing to add, nothing to ask for today. And as always, Dev, I will leave you, with the last remarks.
So thanks everyone for tuning in today. I know the price is one of them. It seems like every time we do a space, it's cool. We have a dip and we have the same sort of final remarks. But we're all still super positive, and within the team, we're all super keen, and we know where we want to be with this project. We know we can get there. So I just say ask yourself, if you didn't look at the price, would you still be bullish? And I think all the stuff we're putting out is it's incredibly valuable, and the sort of foundation we're trying to build as well is amazing. So I mean that's kind of it at the moment. Just keep your head up, and we'll keep cracking on.
Great. See you guys next week. Bye bye.
Cool. All right, thanks guys. Bye.